Welcome everyone to the June newsletter. Those of you who listen in daily to the thought for the day know that I've been reading through some of the highlights of the book of Acts. And it's really a fascinating book because after Jesus left his disciples, that would be what we call the ascension now, they pretty much had to figure out how to live as we do. That's why I like the book of Acts, because they no longer have Jesus walking with them. Now they have to figure things out with the help of the Holy Spirit, the invisible God, just like us, right? So for these early believers, no more barbecues with Jesus on the beach, no more walking along the shore of Galilee saying, hey, what did you mean when you spoke about that parable? We don't really understand what that was. It's so confusing. They don't have that anymore. And so they're a lot more like us. In fact, there's a part of me that always thinks that the first 12 had it easier than us because they actually had Jesus with them physically. But then Jesus actually said, no, it's good that I go away because I'm sending you the Holy Spirit who will make things clear. So I'm kind of holding on to that promise. And I do believe that's true. But I think, there's certainly times that we all feel, I wish things could be a little bit clearer. So anyway, the book of Acts is all about this transition that the followers go through post-resurrection, post-ascension. And Jesus said, okay, you have what you need. So you can figure this out, you can learn to listen, and you can learn how to walk by faith, which is, as we've spoken about so many times, being led by the right impulse, the right motivations. So we're all going through this big transition ourselves, just like these first believers, right? We're all going through this post-pandemic time now, because our masks are off June 15th, and the vaccination's available, and life is opening up again. Yeah, we can actually sit outside and have a piece of pizza. I mean, it's, changed. And we are more familiar with Zoom, and we are familiar with what they call now virtual worship. Yeah, so that's when you sit on your couch in your PJs, have your cup of coffee, nice and comfy, and then you're on your couch listening to the worship service whenever you like, which has been great for some people. And they tell me, I really love this. And it hasn't been that great for others who say, this virtual worship isn't really working for me. It's not the same. So we're all over the place on that one. And same with Zoom classes. For some of us, it's like, yeah, I really like the convenience of this. And then for others, it's, well, I really miss the face-to-face. So the more I speak to people about this, the more I find that we're all so very different. But I think I've figured out a way that we can actually have both. When we return to in-person worship, we can actually have both. We can do both. So as we get closer to in-person worship, which I believe will be this summer sometime soon, what I thought it would be good to do is continue on the YouTube virtual worship. And the way that I can do that is that I can record, when we do go back to in-person worship, I can record the sermon live on Sunday morning and add a song, and I can have that up on YouTube very, very quickly on Sunday, or at least maybe Monday. Now, it won't be quite the same with what we have at the moment, because what we have just now is actually a little 40-minute movie that actually takes quite a bit of time to put together. But I think we can have the main highlights. So that's the plan for those of you who ask, what's going to happen when we go back in person. Will we have the daily devotional? Probably not, because that takes a lot of time to put together. You probably won't get the daily devotion, but you will get the Sunday service. So that's the plan, first off. And also, another thing we're planning on doing came up at council, and we'll give you a date soon for this, as soon as Dorothy and I look at the calendar. We're going to get together in July for a barbecue. It will be outdoors, so we'll all be physically distanced and it'll all be safe, and we'll be barbecuing outside and we'll be taking all the necessary precautions. But that is the plan that we spoke about for council. So stay tuned. I'll let you know. Dorothy will send out an email with a date, and you're all welcome to come along to our church summer barbecue. In the meantime, I'll be with you each day as we continue our thought for the day and our virtual worship. Peace be with you.